Hi. So welcome to my deck tech for Modern. This is Steven from Priority Games, and this is what I played today against Robert. I call this Enchantment Control. A lot of people call it Prison. I mean, there's many ways you can call it. This is my take on the Prison archetype. This is kind of mostly white-based. So you start off, there's a lot of enchantments in the deck, and it's kind of like a curve up to the win con. So like the Porphyry Nose is my one drop, and I don't play it if there's no creatures in play. This is the card that kind of keeps creatures in check. If they're playing a lot of creatures, this is a great card against that. It just kind of like slowly attritions them out into like not playing creatures. And then I got Ruined Halo for my 2-drop. This is kind of another great card. This is kind of really going up in popularity. I just name a card and then I have protection from that card. I can do that against Thoughtseize or Lightning Bolts or anything that targets me. I can even do it against creatures so I don't take damage from a certain creature that I don't want. The only downside from this card is that I can't name tokens. So token-based decks are kind of good against Ruined Halo, say like Elemental, Spirits, stuff like that. It gets around that. And then that's why I have Ghostly Prison as my 3-drop. That kind of gets around the go white strategy. So the decks like tokens and other go white strategies are just can't deal with Ghostly Prison. It's really hard for them just to attack with multiple creatures. And then Oblivion for spot removal, say like Planeswalkers or just really just threats that I just want to get rid of. And then I got Idealec Tutor and Crucifix's Insight. These two are kind of my draw, or kind of my toolboxy thing. So Idealec Tutors, I get any enchantment for my deck that I need. I can get my win conditions. I can get whatever I need. Whatever I see is the problem that's going on the battlefield. I can get whatever enchantment I really need. And then Crucifix's Insight is just great. This card is pretty much draw 3 every time, especially with like you've got a lot of enchantments. So you reveal the top 6 cards of your deck, and and then so you reveal the top 6 cards of your deck, and then you reveal 3 enchantments from them, and then put them in your hand. So with this deck, it's pretty much an auto draw 3, which is really great. And then I got Cast Out. Just one Cast Out. It's pretty much the same thing as Oblivion Ring, but it costs 4 mana. But I can also cycle it if I need to, so I can get rid of it and draw into an answer, hopefully. One of Endless Horizon. This is kind of a fun card I added into the deck. This is great for just like filtering out my whole deck and just getting all the planes I need and to make sure I'm always having those land drops. So this is excellent. And the big downside for this card is if they remove it, the lands are remained in exile. And then I got what? Yeah. And then I got Heliod. This Heliod is one of my win conditions of the deck. I only play 2 of because it's a legendary card, so I don't want too many of them to be in the deck. So this is great. There's great mana sink, great token maker. It just like gives all my creatures vigilance, and if he becomes a creature, it's a big threat. And again, like it's kind of a downside to Path to Exile. He's an auto target for that, but it's not the end of the world. So it's just the idea of the deck is just try to like make him a creature and just try to make a lot of mana to pump out tokens. And then I got Shalai, just another new addition to the deck. I thought it would be interesting. Just give me hexproof, another like kind of a Leyline Sanctity thing, and then if I have a lot of mana to spend, I can just pump my whole team and just kind of go a little bit win more, but or whatever. And then Leyline Sanctity is like amazing in this deck. Like it's a main board for them all the time. It's just like if I have 2 in my opening hand, it's amazing because it automatically gives me 4 devotion to white, and that way I can Nykthos. Hopefully Nykthos can make me a lot of mana from there. So it's perfect, and it gives me hexproof and it gives me protection from hand disruption and burn and like a lot of decks don't want to see Leyline game 1 because they can't deal with it game 1. So like if I have it right there, then it's pretty much sometimes it could be game right there. And then Sigil of the Empty Throne is just the win con. This is the main win con. The idea of the deck is kind of obviously gum up the board to slow everything down until I get Sigil out, and then from there I just keep making angels, casting more enchantments, hopefully drawing more from Crucifix's Insight, and just keep the train going with the angels. And then I got these 3, which are kind of like my inclusions to this archetype. Like once I get a lot of mana, like these 3 are just kind of like the hosers. These are just, something they don't expect, and something is just a big, big splashy card. So I got the Immortal Sun. So this is great for card advantage. It makes everything cheaper. It kind of like does everything what my deck doesn't want to does. I know it's on enchantment, but the effects that you get are just kind of too good to pass up. And then I got Elish Norn. It's great for devotion. Gives my creatures bigger, and then it hoses a lot of archetypes, just like tokens. Even the small things like burn, they just can't cast creatures. In fact, it's just they can't get around it. And then Iona just kind of is another big threat. I name a color, and they can't cast the things of that color. And once that's out, it's just pretty much good game. Sometimes, I name white for Path of Exile. I can just name whatever they have, like red. It's just it's a great card, and it adds so much devotion. So the colors, yeah, get a lot of weight from that. And then I got Nykthos here. I got 4. I have to play 4 of them because Nykthos is a huge part of the deck. It's just, it's like without Nykthos, a lot of this deck won't be it won't be viable. So I even thought about putting Sylvan Scrying in here sometimes for when I'm splashing green. So I get this early game. It's great if I have a Ruined Halo out and a Leyline out, and then I play Nykthos. I can do it for 4. Then I only need 1 more mana for 5 to make it to cast a Sigil of the Empty Throne. So I can get that out earlier than it should be, or it's just a best inclusion to the deck. And then the land total is the 24 lands. And yeah, so I got some fetch lands to Mana Fixed into Temple Garden, and then I got 1 man land, the Stirring Wildwood, and the rest are just plains. So yeah, that's the deck. It's a lot of fun to play. It's very unexpected if you bring it to a tournament, and it's a very fun archetype. So yeah, give it a try. Thanks for watching. This is Steven from Priority Games. Thank you.